it's CC, the CEO. Wanna change your life? Come see me, yo. I'ma teach you how to build up wealth for your family, not just for yourself. I'm a bestseller, a house flipper, a businesswoman, a go-getter, a big investor, a gold builder that could teach you to get richer like millions, baby. You really about to fill your savings. You about to have multiple streams to pass your children, baby. Let me teach you to get your credit on track in the long run. You'll make it all back at Catalyst and watch it all psych. You're black on firm, but we ain't all black.
What's up, everybody? It is your girl, Constance Carter, and this is the Grow Your Money Club, where we talk about all things on how to grow your money and not blow your money. Because if you blow your money, what happens? Ain't a damn thing funny. I see you guys already here. Y'all ready. You guys are ready for the conversation. And I am ready to have the conversation with you. So listen, before I get started, I got my good girlfriend here. Anybody want to guess which good girlfriend I got here that's going to be talking about this very topic with me? Anybody? Look, y'all, my edges ain't edging, y'all. I got to get my stuff together. My edges are not edging. What's up, Double A? Anybody want to guess who I have here to help me with the conversation? Before we... Double A, why do you think it's April? Why? It could be anybody else. Why do you think it's April? What song do you want me to put on? What song you want me to put on, Karen? What you talk about? Thank you. A different view. Thank you. Even though my edges is not edging, I have not been sleeping. Listen, sisters, Black women, you guys know what it is. You know you're supposed to be sleeping with a scarf every night. I have not been sleeping with a scarf every night, so my edges is not edging. And my hairstyle could last a lot longer, but it's not, because I have not been putting a scarf on. And you know what? I'm going to have to, I didn't even think I was going to have, back here is bad, baby. You do not want to see what lies behind. I was not going to get my hair done for the Get Financially Lit a mixer, but now I'm going to have to do it because my hair is not hairing. Oh, by the way, the Get Financially Lit mixer, are you guys coming? Are you in or around DC? I want to meet you because we are having a mixer called the Get Financially Lit mixer. And if you don't know anything about it, let me just show you real quick. DC, it's time to get financially lit. Join us Thursday, June 5th at Focus Social Club for a powerful evening of connection, cocktails, and conversation. Meet wealth builders, thought leaders, and game changers ready to pour into you. Live music by the incomparable April Sampay. Vibrant vibe, a room full of opportunity. Bring your brilliance, bring your business cards, and come ready to elevate. Grab your tickets now at getfinanciallylit25.eventbrite.com. That is next Thursday, ladies and gentlemen. Next Thursday is the Get Financially Lit Spring Mixer. And we're going to have thought leaders from all over the country that are going to be sharing wealth building strategies with you, that are going to meet you in person from all over the country. I actually have Dark Skin Gatsby. I don't know if you know, he's the guy who put on Melanin Con. He's going to be talking about how to put on, how he's been able to create some really great brands. In the midst of all these things going on, he was able to build I think he has 4 or 5 different brands that have, over hundreds of thousands of followers. And then he put on this great conference a couple of months ago, which I happened to have an opportunity to speak at. And he had lost some major sponsors with the elimination of DEI. He lost several major sponsors. So he was still able to put on a successful conference, a ball, mixers, all the things. And he did it all by himself. So he's going to be speaking, but I have some other folks that are going to be coming in and speaking as well. But it'll be a good opportunity for you just to learn, share, grow, network, eat some good food, drink some good drink, and just chill and have a good time. So if you are in or around DC, and even if you want to fly in, come to the Get Financially Lit mixer. That's next Thursday. So go to getfinanciallylit25.eventbrite.com. Let me see. Do I have it? Do I have the banner in here? Get Financially Lit 25.eventbrite.com. And I don't have it, but there it is. Get Financially Lit 25.eventbrite.com. So please, we want you to come. So now, first of all, I want to get right to it because we got a lot to discuss, but I do want to shout you out. I love to shout you out. Double A said we need April for this convo. It has to be for this. Garrett said it got to be April. Terry, I so appreciate you. What's up, Kundro from the Bay Area, from the Yay? What's happening? What's crack-a-lacking, Big Mackin? What's up, Tamara? Oh, good. Anita's gonna be coming. James Higgs is in the house, y'all, in the building. I love it. You guys be showing me so much love. Okay, black businesses, put your black business in the chat. So Double A said we need April for this conversation, and I don't know. I don't know if that's true. Okay.
Another man who call it good addiction. It turn me on when they run me like a ninja. Nothing make me wanna take a stand more than that, man. Can we take a moment just to I'd rather be with you. Said I'd rather be with you. I said, slow down. You made us live the way the sun slow down. You made us high on a girl like you. I wish that I could make this right. Rain,
Hey, April. APRRLSAMPE.
Did you know that you can remove negative items off of your credit? Did you know that?
Yes,
With
I
this
did.
workbook, this workbook right here can assist you with removing negative things from your credit. If you don't have this book, you're poor.
April, everybody, listen. Double A said when you get to get together, it's so much fun. April
Oh,
always
bless you, babe.
April always makes me act so ratchet. I try to come and give you guys good information that's going to help you to grow your money. And April always brings me down to the gutter.
Also, they don't know the real you. Is that what it is?
Y'all, these are the conversations that we have offline. But we also talk edification too, because we talk about the business and all that stuff too. But we gotta, so you guys get a little sneak peek into like our girlfriend talk. This is kind of how the stuff that we talk about when the cameras are off. Hey,
Story.
April. So I love, I never can get enough of you. I promise you. And I'm your biggest fan. I be fangirling, and I'm like your friend. Like we're like sisters, but I still fangirl. I think you're just amazing, an amazing performer. Yesterday, April had she had 2 rehearsals.
Wait, are you gonna tell my business?
I got a text from her. So she had 2 rehearsals, you guys, and 2. So she has one with what's the name of the group?
Miles Long, and I'm gonna call the other one the ladies. Y'all, I'm sorry, I have to put this out there.
No, I don't want you to talk about them because I'm still mad at you.
So I have an amazing all-girl band, y'all, that is about
I'm going to interrupt you because I told her like 6 months ago I wanted to start an all-girl band because I play the bass. Oh, by the way, if you guys didn't know, but go ahead.
She's very good, but she's not here.
So tell them about your, okay. So I got a text message yesterday. So now April, you see the kind of performance April does. April gives like 150%. And by the time she's done performing, she's like drenched with sweat. Cause like she's all over the stage. She's all down the aisles. Like the girl can perform her ass off. Like for real. So I get this text yesterday in the middle of my work day because she had 2 rehearsals back to back. I don't even know if he was at the first one or the second one.
I was at the first one. That's what makes it so much worse. So
And
y'all,
you
I was
said-
with Miles Long, and so I want to give a shout out to them too. I will be with them in the DMV. Make sure y'all get y'all tickets for the Get Financially Lit. I just want to let it be known because I will be with my guys, my Baltimore, them Be More Cats. Okay, I'll be with them Be More Cats. But
at the Get Financially Lit, so she's gonna be performing at the Get Financially Lit. So y'all get tickets.
we will shake it fast and watch ourselves. So get your tickets today. If you don't get your tickets today, you're poor. I'm sorry. I had to. So what had happened was, right, I was having a conversation with one of the amazing men of Miles Long, and
Oh, by
I
the way.
reached my hand. I wrenched my hand out. I wrenched my hand out. And something slapped me in the face really hard. I was slapped, y'all. I was slapped so hard in the face, and it was my underarms.
April forgot to put on deodorant. So I'm in the middle of working and I get this text message. She's like, I forgot to put on deodorant. And I'm just like, damn, I pity the people who are around you right now. I didn't even know where you were. I didn't even know where you, I had forgot because we talked earlier, you were on your way to rehearsal. So I didn't even realize that you were at rehearsal. Now, had I known in that moment you were at rehearsal, it would have really been super funny because I know you was ranking up that whole place. You was like, George Clinton wasn't as funky as you.
It was funky like a monkey, stupid like a donkey, and addicted like a donkey. Hey, y'all, it was ungoodly bad.
Oh,
it slapped me in the face, in my face.
Not the
I
funk.
did. And so let me tell you what had happened. I politely excused myself. And here's the thing, it was my part, it was my time to sing. I'm like, oh, excuse me, gentlemen. I have to go really quickly. And guess what I did not have in my car? Deodorant. Now here's the reason why, because my friend, one of my other girlfriends was like, why didn't you have deodorant in the car? Well, I don't know if you all are aware, but I live in this place called Georgia. And you can put deodorant in the car. It will turn into oil. Okay. It will be oil and it'll be all over your car. So I just didn't have any. So I go to the bathroom and I take out some wipes and I wipe my underarms.
Wipes.
And I had some essential oils. Y'all, carry your essential oil.
So did you smell better or was the funk still permeating?
I did smell better.
Okay.
However.com. I did not lift my arms for the rest of the day. And you would have thought that I'd have said, you know what, let me run to the store and grab some deodorant. No, I didn't have time because I had to. Y'all, Atlanta is ridiculous when it comes to traffic. I don't know if y'all ever been to Atlanta before. Atlanta is like stupid ridiculous when it comes to traffic. So I had to go from one side of the world to the other in traffic. And I'm like, I don't even have time to stop to get deodorant. I'm just going to disrespect the ladies. So I did tell them because they were all ladies and they could understand.
For sure.
The ladies were like, you're fine. We don't smell you. I'm like, but if you did earlier.
Listen, I would have pre-warned too. Hey, let me let you know right now. And I wouldn't have even gone to that second rehearsal. You should have stopped by CVS on the way.
That's what I'm saying. I didn't have time. I was already running late for the next rehearsal.
I'd have been late. Listen, Tyler said she a real one for telling that story.
Oh, and listen. All right.
We have no shame.
None.
We have none.
Okay. When I tell you it was ungoodly bad.
We have no shame.
I was like, oh. But in my defense, look, I'll just put it out there. The wine on the water. My deodorant does, because I only wear natural deodorant also. So my deodorant does expire typically around 2-ish when we're dealing with wine on the water.
So look, if you guys, I'm sorry, if y'all in the DMV, she gonna be at Wine on the Water in Baltimore on the 1st. That's Sunday.
Get Financially Lit on the 5th.
On Thursday.
And I will be with Miles Long and Malcolm Jamal Warner at the Jazz Festival on the 8th.
So let me tell you how bougie April is. So I said, so wine on the water is sold out. So she's like, oh, you got to come early if you want to get in. You can get in with me. I'm like, oh, I hate coming early because she always invites me to come early. So I'm like, okay, I'll come early. I want to come early. But then when I said, so can I hang out with you and Malcolm Jamal Warner at the Capitol Jazz Festival? She was like, we'll be in the tour bus. I couldn't get in that one. We'll be in the tour bus. So I was like, oh, okay.
Hold on, wait. I'm gonna look, this is 100 years ago. So just because of the way you just sounded, I did a show with TC. TC from Living Single. This is 100 years ago. Okay.
Oh, yeah, that's how he sounds.
Yes. And it was so funny because
real
I
life?
was so green. Yeah, that's his voice. Oh no, he's the coolest human ever. But when I first met him, this was 150 years ago. I was like, oh my God, it's Kyle Barker from Living Single. I said, and he sings. Are you singing today? Can you sing me a song? Because I was green and stupid. And I just ran up to people I was excited to be around. And he goes, I only sing for Sonia.
For who?
He was doing, no, he was doing a show with Sonia Sanchez. We were on the show with Sonia Sanchez. And it was hilarious, I swear. But now look, now I get a chance to hang out with him on a regular basis.
Did you tell him about himself? I only sing for
No, I didn't tell him that. Look, I hope he's not watching. Then he'd be like, really, bitch? That's not... But no, I mean, when I tell you he's so damn cool and can scat his ass off, y'all.
Oh, I didn't know he could scat.
Oh my God. I'm gonna send you something to him scat.
So I love that. So, well, first of all, I'm from the Bay. So we got some good musicians. We have good musicians. I was talking to DJ Shablash yesterday on the phone, and I was saying, he's a DJ. He's probably one of the better DJs I've seen in the DMV because he knows how to keep people on dance floor. But I haven't seen any DJs in the DMV that are better than DJs from the Bay Area. Bay Area parties, music is way, way better because all y'all do is play go-go, and it'll be a whole half night of go-go. Like go-go is cool if you just infuse it here and there, but like the whole night of go-go or a half night of go-go is not what I want to do. Because
that's not how it is. The lie detector determined that's
yes, it is. So music. Great musicians in the Bay Area. We got some of the best musicians. I know a lot of professional musicians who pay for really, really famous people from the Bay. Great. Musicians here are really great, but the music in Atlanta is even better. So that's the only thing that I am jealous about is like the music events that you get to go to. Cause like the little, the little smoky clubs and the little, all of that. I love that. Like I would
have that out there though.
Not the same. So if I go out here to a little thing, they're gonna be playing go-go all night. Like, I mean, it's cool, and I'll get funky to some go-go, and we will dance all night. But it's not the same thing. Like the music is different. Have
you been to any Baltimore events?
I don't want to die. I'm only gonna go with you.
Y'all, all my Baltimoreans, don't let her do that.
Oh, Felicia's in the house.
Hey, my babe. Listen, that's my baby right there.
So listen,
when we talk about her face, she's gorgeous just for no reason.
She's beautiful in real life too.
I know.
She's also part of the
great energy, and on top of that, she's beautiful.
Beautiful spirit, beautiful face, beautiful person, all that.
Put that out there. I wanted to make sure.
Let me just tell you about Miss Felicia. Felicia is all the things, but her daughter plays on Suits LA. On CBS. So make sure you watch, what's her daughter's name? Lexi. Her daughter's name is Lexi. She's on Suits LA. So make sure you watch Felicia's daughter, Lexi on Suits LA. Okay. Also, speaking of Baltimore, Red Grant texted me last night and he said he has some tickets for Baltimore. So I decided to have April tag along with me because.
Oh, you decided to have me tag along with you?
Yeah, my real friend. My real friend, Jermaine.
I know, right? Your real friend, Jermaine. Here's the thing. Can I just put it out there? Y'all know. Does anybody watch Housewives? I'm going to be Constance's lapdog.
So what had happened was her friend Jermaine, which is now my friend, which I always tell.
Which is April, no longer my friend.
My friend now. And then she called me the other day. The three of us were on the phone, and she goes, "April, thank you for sending me the Temu version of you." Shots fired, bang, bang.
I forgot about that.
So I texted Jermaine last night and I'm like, yo, Meg, text me what day you want to go, Friday or Saturday. She was like, I'm in Vegas. And so I gave her the 2 FUs. And I said, hey, April, guess what?
Yeah, I'm the Timu version of Jermaine.
So anyways, we're going to be in Baltimore on Saturday. I just texted him before I got on here and I said, me and April want tickets to Saturday show. So Saturday. And then April's going to be in Baltimore on Sunday, performing at Wine and Water. And I'm also going to be there as well. Hey, and then
and I do want to put it out there for all of the humans who would like to come to Wine on the Water. You can get your tickets at, now you can actually physically go walking up. So even though it's sold out online, you can do walk-up tickets. So
yeah,
this does not stop you from coming. So
all the people who are in Baltimore, because we were talking about it on our Net 7 call last week, and April was saying, oh, it was sold out. So that's why I was going to come early, because I was like, I don't want to come early, but I got to see April. She's not performing; she's actually hosting. But April got the energy. Like seriously. I mean, she's okay. She's an okay human being, but she is a phenomenal.
I'm a great human, but I'm just okay at everything else.
No, she is an okay human, but she is phenomenal. She's phenomenally talented, like real. So let me just tell you guys, and then we're gonna get into the Remy and Papoose. We really are. But the way I met her is I used to do a show called Conversation Starters, and we used to interview famous people. So this was during COVID, and we interviewed all these.
Yeah, they were interviewing famous people, and they were like, "Damn, we don't have anybody for Thursday. Let's get someone that might be known in their own neighborhood only."
No, but so the person I used to host with, he saw April perform. I had never seen her perform. So he brought her on. We interviewed her. You know, he had brought a couple of people on that I didn't really know. He brought a couple of people on that I didn't really know. But then when I met her, I was like, oh, she's a cool person. And we became friends, right? So I was like, okay, she's a great person. But then when I saw her perform, I was absolutely, and I think we had been friends like a year until I saw you actually perform in person. But my mind was blown. And everybody always says the same thing. And I hate to say this, but they're like, why isn't she like super duper famous? Because she's so talented. That's always the first question everybody has about April.
And she's very grateful that she's not.
Yeah, it's
look at what's going on with Diddy.
Yeah, it's just because she doesn't want to be. But I don't know. I mean, you know, my hopes is not that you just become really famous. I just want you to become really successful, you know, financially, and just love what you do. That's my hope for you. So whatever that looks like for you, I want you just to do it and do the thing that you really love, which is not
also not true. I was about to say, because hold on, wait. Because I'm like, I'm doing pretty well.
Which is not real estate.
She's like, I want you to be successful and do all the things that make you successful.
I.e. her trophies, but her real estate trophies behind there. But we don't care about that. We don't want the real estate. I want you to entertain me, damn it.
Okay.
Anyway, let's shift gears, y'all. I'm so sorry. But listen, it's been a while since we've been on. It's been a few weeks. April, where you been? What you been doing? Oh, real estate. You've been real estating. She's been winning all these awards in real estate.
I've been selling houses. Speaking of, ladies and gentlemen, if you all are interested in purchasing a new home, selling your home, anything such as that, all you have to do is give me a call, send me an email, smoke signals even. Visit me at www.aprilfosterproperties.com. That's aprilfosterproperties.com.
I love it. All right. So you've been selling real estate. All right. So, you know, we were talking this morning and about this whole Remy Ma and Papoose thing that's been going on. And so we're going to get into it. And actually, when we got off the phone, when April and I got off the phone, because she was sending me some videos and I started watching the videos and I had been following it. I had a little anxiety, April. I had a little anxiety. And the reason why is because I went through a very tumultuous divorce. It just wasn't public a couple of years ago. and it just like stirred up some things, because the thing about it is, this couple was couples goals. They were on Black Love. They was up there with Brock and Michelle. They were it. Like everybody wanted to be. They were Jay-Z and Beyonce. Everybody wanted to be Remy Ma and Papoose. Like he held her down while she was in prison. He took care of her kids. She came home, and they just looked like they had everything together. And then when it all falls down, it really came out, and I'm sad to see all the stuff that's happening, that's coming out. What did you think when you saw some of that stuff? Hey,
I thought that the young lady who he's now dating, her shoes made my ass itch.
Not the video I sent you.
I saw that before though, and yes,
y'all, I sent this video. Wait, let me find it on Instagram, because whoever did this, I hate their guts.
A shit. But I also thought that everybody tried to look at Remy Ma as if she was the bad guy initially. And she's like, no, I'm just going to let him, I'm going to let him continue to be him, because I know that his name means the world to him, and I'm strong enough to get through it. And come to find out, he was the one who was doing all the bullshit. And that I really do. I'm sorry. And the thing is, like, I was rooting for him. We were rooting for you. We were all rooting for you. But then she came out with the receipts. One of the things, and this is all starting from the beginning. So this was like, what, December-ish? January-ish, when he was talking about, she left me, she was dating somebody else, she was in a whole relationship with another man, and she wasn't even here with our child for Christmas.
That's what he said.
Yeah. And she was like, oh, really? Let me post these videos showing that we were together as a family, actually. And afterwards, when I put our baby to bed, I went ahead and hung out with my man.
Is that right?
Yeah. And I'm like, I'm not even mad at you. Like, it's a problem. It's sad. It's sad because one thing that the internet does for everybody is the internet does make it so that people can like hide. They can like throw the rock and hide their hands. You know what I mean? Or what is it? Throw the shit and hide your hands? What is it?
Throw the rock and hide your hand.
Is it okay. And that's what people will do. Like they'll be like, yeah, look, my whole life is great. Everything about me is great. Like in actuality.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you something right now. When I was married, I only posted positive things. I'm not going to tell you like, when we were arguing or when I was stabbing him or when we was falling out. Okay, go ahead. Huh? Oh, so let me show you. Huh? Yeah, nobody knew those moments where, we was getting, having drag. Oh, by the way, you guys. So I just found out yesterday that I have a private subscription group that people are paying for. And I had no idea on Facebook, y'all.
Oh, y'all should subscribe.
And so I'm doing a whole lot of different content for the people who are subscribing, but I have people in here that I didn't know. Somebody had created a subscription group for me and I didn't know. So there was people in there that were subscribing and there was no content in there. So I'm doing all kind of behind the scenes and all kind of stuff. So you can see me getting ready. And then I'm gonna do special Q&As, but I'm doing like this. So this is behind the scenes, but look, this comedian, I just seen this today, y'all.
How I like them. They look cute. See this, Remy? Fuck the tip of these shoes. 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 Play with me.
Wait, I gotta show y'all.
How I like them. They look cute. See this, Remy? Fuck the tip of these shoes. 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 Play with me.
She's going to hell in a handbasket. When I seen that, I cried.
Tears. Real tears.
So anyway, so I think all of it started. So I think it was cool. And then I saw him I seen him do a little rap for Clarissa. Papoose did a little rap for Clarissa. And then she was on the Breakfast Club.
Child. Now, why? She chose violence.
Play that. I don't really have to argue about anybody about where my spot is with him. You know, it's like that's not my place. Now, there are things that got to get handled, but it's not even my stuff to handle.
Yeah.
It's his.
You said earlier there's some things Pap need to handle.
Oh, I mean, yeah, it's the elephant in the room. I don't have to say it.
Oh,
yeah, it's the elephant in the room. Like, but that takes time, and like I said, that's not my place to speak on. You know what I'm saying? Like, it'll get handled. I just know that from my perspective, I'm with him every day, and when I'm not with him, we're on the phone every day, and we're talking, and we're FaceTiming, and you know, we love each other. So that's just kind of what it is.
She chose violence.
So she spoke on so what do you think? You think that somebody said, why is she talking?
Right. Question mark. Exclamation point.
You know, when you are in a situation and you have a significant other, they should not have anything to do. I'm going to be transparent. I'm going to share a situation that happened. I know you were there. So when I got a divorce, when I first talking about separating, we were separated 8 months, me and my ex. Nobody knew. We still got along great. Nobody knew until one day my uncle saw him coming from somewhere, and then he was like, "Hey, we're not together." And so then my uncle was like, "Is like a gossip queen." So everybody in the family knew at that point. So, but we were still cool. I had bought him a house. So you know, me and the kids were going over there. He was coming over to my house cooking. We were still cool. We were still really cordial. We were still cool. In comes significant other. And that's when things got a little tricky. Not on my part, because I was good. We was good. And honestly, I felt like we could have still gotten along. We could have had things amicable. Even my attorney said, you know, when things started happening, she was like, "I thought you said this was amicable." And I was like, "I thought it was." It then became really contentious. But when you talk about outsiders not having things to say, there was a surprise court hearing the day before Thanksgiving. I'm not going to go into the details, but there was a surprise court hearing and some shit popped off. And I didn't have any representation. It was crazy. But the next day, so now at this time, we're still kind of, you know, we talk to each other every now and then. He would call me in the middle of the night or whatever. And we would have conversations when she wasn't around. Now, this house that they were in, I was paying the mortgage on, and she was staying there as well. I still didn't care. I didn't care. Like, I was trying to, you know, I'm trying to move on with my life. So I call him the next day after this court hearing. She picks up the phone and she gives him the phone and says, "You need to handle this. Hang up." No, she answers the phone. She goes, "Hello." And I'm like, "Oh." And I ask for him, and she hands him the phone and says, "Oh." No, she says, "You need to handle this. Hang up the phone." The phone drops. About 15 minutes later, I get a phone call. It's her. Now, I've never met this woman in person, never talked to her, never seen her, nothing. I just know that she's a big girl that drives trucks and she ghetto. That's all I knew. And so she calls me and she's like, "Constance?" And I'm like,
how'd she say it?
"Constance?" Like that. And I'm like, "Yeah." And she goes, "He want to know what you want." I said, "Excuse me?" She goes, and this is in the morning. I'm still in the bed, so it's morning time. So I'm like, "Excuse me?" She said, "He want to know what you want. You called his phone." And I said, "He and I always talk, but anyway." And then she said, "Well, he on speakerphone. He want to know what you want." And I called his name. And I said, he said, "Huh?" And I said, "Oh, this what we doing?" He goes, and he's saying, and I said, "Oh, this is what we're doing." And she said, "No." She said, "Yeah." No, she said, "Yeah, this is what we doing." Click. And hung up in my face.
Oh,
This was on.
I feel so bad for her.
This was on Thanksgiving. My family was here. They were all here. And I was just like, I felt like I was in the Twilight Zone. And so a lot of the things that happened that became contentious didn't happen until a third party got involved. We were good before that. Like, we were okay. We weren't battling. You know, of course, there was some outside influences. You know, you need to get this from her. You need to take her for this. You need all that silly stuff. But when the third party came in, that's when it really it got really messed up. Like just some shit that happened that I was just like, and for me, because my parents are best friends, they're not married. And so I thought, because, you know, if you're with somebody for 30 years, you obviously there for a reason.
But this is where the problem lies, though. I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut you off, but this is where the problem lies. You weren't with someone strong enough to carry their own, backbone wise. Now I don't know him, so this is just going off of my perspective and what I've experienced, right? So allegedly, he's backboneless, and so typically when you have somebody that you're pouring into and you're saying you're the shit, you're a good guy, you're this, you're that, I'm pouring in, they believe it, but they don't understand how they got to that point. So then they have to have somebody else tell them who they are. Do you get what I'm saying? So he now has a new boo who's telling him, well, now you don't like her. Oh, okay, well then I don't like her.
Yeah, then I became the enemy. And it's like, dude, we got 4 kids. We still got to raise. Like we got to, you know, we got to do this together. So I never understood it. But, you know, people always say the person who is hurt the most, they end up lashing out the most. Mm-hmm. That's what ends up happening. You know, I was just ready to just like just.
Well, which is another reason why Remy Ma, speaking of, which is another reason why Remy Ma, if you notice in the beginning, she was very quiet. She's like, all right, do you?
And that's the thing she said. She said what he would do. And this is also kind of familiar to me because we have been together since I was 15. So you feel like you have a debt you owe to somebody. Like I've been there. I got to be loyal. You know, we've been loyal to the soil from the beginning. We was down before we had anything. So you feel like you have this obligation to this person, even when things don't go well. And then so you feel kind of trapped inside that situation. And so that's what she said. She said, everybody was like, he held you down. And that's what I believed. And she said, he would always throw it in my face. I held you down. I was the only one there for you. Wasn't nobody else there for you. I held you down. So she felt like she had to be there and stay in that. And she said, here's another video. This is what she said. This is her response because she got pissed when Clarissa said something. So here's what she said.
Don't nobody fall in love faster than somebody with nowhere to stay. I literally told him, every time your current come up says my name or does something that I feel is trying to attack me in any type of way, I'ma drag you. And I haven't even been dragging them. Bad enough, you got my daughter's mom out here looking crazy because you refuse to tell people. Me and Rem haven't even slept in the same bed since May 2022. You were so wrapped up in the whole black love thing. That was your thing. That was the only thing you had. And I realized that. And I respected that. You know what? I don't need to be out here telling people you ain't this and you ain't got this and you ain't doing this and you ain't that. Whoever get you, they'll see.
That part. You ain't got exactly. That's exactly what it is. I don't gotta say nothing. There's nothing that I have to say in order to tell. Like they gonna know.
Well, and people in the chat are saying that because she cheated, and things of that nature. But actually, she put out some documentation, and this is a while ago. This is probably like 3 months ago. She was like, all right, I'm tired of people saying that I cheated first. He keeps saying that he held me down. I have receipts showing that he was cheating on me when I was in prison and beyond.
What is baby mom?
Yeah. And she was like, I understand. Like, I understand how things go. And that's not a reason for me to leave my relationship because somebody cheated. She was like, I was tired of our relationship and our relationship being such a facade. That's why I decided to leave. So whoever's telling us to get our facts straight, I don't think either one of us have our facts straight because we're not a part of this actual relationship. So we don't know the 100% truth. All of this is alleged unless we are in the bedroom with all 3 of them. Then we really can't say exactly what is happening. All we can go off of is how we feel. So those are your feelings. Let's all go with our feelings.
See, Cousin Dro said it came out that Papoose wrote 90% of her rhymes. That's what he said.
That's what he said.
That's alleged. He got no writer's credits on anything.
But
And you would
they
think,
ain't been together the whole time. She been rapping before she was with Papoose.
yeah, and you would think that if he did, he would get some type of writer credit. You can't say, "Oh, we married, I'm gonna get it like that." No, if you're a business person, you know that if you wrote some of them raps, and you should be getting some credit. Like that's just period. That's plain and simple. So then he responded, and he said,
You know it's true. I wrote tons of her music. 90% of her music, I wrote it since I've been around her. I wrote probably like 3 songs on her first album. If I listen to it, I'll tell you exactly what I wrote. And when you listen to it, y'all know my pen. The only reason why I'm mentioning that is because you fabricated. You fabricated and you talked about my children. And as a father, I was not going to allow that. I've allowed you to do what you've been doing all of this time, and I said nothing. She got mad at me because I went live and said I didn't knock this lame out.
so when he said to me, let me tell you something that I heard. He said, I wrote probably like 3 songs. Probably right. So you're not certain how many songs that you wrote? Like he just pulling, I wrote probably like 3 songs. Like you would know how many songs you wrote.
Right.
Yeah,
I still remember
probably
which
like songs. Like that sounds like a liar. And listen, I'm trying to be objective, and I'm really not taking Remy's side. I'm really not. But when he said I wrote probably like 3 songs, I was like, boo, 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 boo. I don't think.
Right. If I'm gonna say it, I know how many songs I wrote.
Yeah. I wrote 10 songs. I wrote 6 songs on her album. I wrote probably like 3 songs. Is to me, that's yeah.
And name one. He's like, well, yeah, if you play it, I can tell you which ones they are. Sir, sit down. Now, as an entertainer, okay, and let's just be real here. If you have been writing on all, on multiple albums,
90% is not 3 songs though. Just by the way, the math ain't math on that.
Well, he was just talking about on that one album. Mm-hmm. So he could have been talking about multiple songs that she did. But the fact is that, yeah, I don't remember all the songs that I've written, right? But at that point, that would give you an opportunity to say, and I wrote this song, and this song. Give me 3 songs that you've written. Because that's what I would have came with. I'd have been like, yeah, I mean, really. I think they said her top song, damn it. And I don't even remember the name of the song.
Conceited.
Yes. So he said he wrote Conceited. Why didn't you say it then? Because that's the one time you should have said it. Oh, yeah, Conceited. That was me.
Yeah, right. Probably like 3 songs. So, that, so again, I'm not on Pap's, I'm not on her side. I'm trying to be neutral, but that part right there, to me, it seemed like he was making it up as he went along. But he did, they both cheated. So he cheated while she was in prison. She said, I know how it go. She said, I went in prison. I know how it go. Like, I wasn't mad. She said, I was fighting bitches at my mother-in-law's house, fighting his baby moms at the mother-in-law's house because he was out here cheating. Like she said, I knew what it was, but I stayed. She loved that man. And I mean,
I feel like they loved each other. So I'm not going to take that away from him. I feel like they loved each other, but I think that the problem is they're both angry. And this is where divorce is fucked up. You know what I mean? Or just if you think about it, like leaving your friends, divorcing your friends, divorcing your job is fucked up. When you're about to walk away, you get butthurt about it. You know what I'm saying? This is not like a situation where you're just thinking, I'm going to walk away and everything's going to be fine. One day you wake up and you're like, but I want that person in my life.
Yeah.
So, and now I want to hurt you because I'm hurt.
That's exactly what it is. Is when, when you're hurt, you want to hurt that other person, and then them going back and forth on that right there.
That's the problem.
So cringy, them going back and forth. And then he doing an hour-long live about what she did. She doing an hour-long live. And then her posting pictures of him or his girlfriend, which was terrible, by the way. And then him posting pictures of her side dude. It's like, y'all, it's really sad. And then she had been getting attacked for a very long time. And she didn't really say a whole lot, but it's really sad because they're our age. Mm-hmm. And to be acting that way, I think he's in his 50s. She's
is he in his 50s?
Close to, I think he's my age. I think he might be 48. Claire's
44. Yo, they look amazing. You got to give it to them.
Money to do it.
Damn it, man.
Yeah,
fuck that. This year, I'm sorry. Speaking of money, y'all, if you have this book right here, you're broke. Dead ass. I mean, look, I gotta get New York. Dead ass.
But you know,
Is
this
that what
right here, she didn't expect him to move on with somebody younger and more accomplished than her. That's why she's finally speaking. Think about this though, because I did peep that. I peeped that though. They said he's a wife. He's a helpmeet. He always is with somebody that he's catering to. Is that what you want for a man?
But okay, so I hear where you're coming from, right? So what she was saying, or CG was saying, that because his new boo is younger and more accomplished, which can very well be the case. Do you think that that's maybe why this is becoming a thing, or why she's finally clapping back? Because she hasn't been talking much until old girl really showed her face in the picture.
Yeah, I did see that. I felt like he got upset when he did that little rap about her, because he did a rap about her, and I felt like she got upset after he did that little rap about her. Then she came out, and I don't know if it was jealousy. Then he said, "Oh, she was just begging me back," and she was like, "Nigga, I was laid up with my dude. I beg." It's just been a mess.
It is messy.
It's a mess, and it's you know, again, it brings me back because you know that little piece that I just shared with you guys of my situation, that was like a very minuscule part of everything that I had gone through in my divorce. And it's really sad because you know you have children that are affected. They have a little girl, and what is she gonna think? She's talking, you know, she brought out that his son is a girl now. Her son is, his son is a transsexual, so he don't claim his son. And that's one of the things she said. Oh, I bet she said to about Clarissa, I bet he told you he wanted a son because he ain't got no son, but his son is really a girl. And then they showed a picture of the son who's now a girl, and he don't claim he don't claim his son because he a girl. And it's I mean, all that stuff is just like unnecessary and messy. I'll bring my daughter over your family's house because you got a pedophile over there. It's just really messy.
Can you put what CG just put on? Because that. So I'm not going to say that that's not true, but I'm also not going to say that it's true. But there's so many people out there, and I'm glad we're having this conversation for the people who are maybe going through divorces or breakups. Don't be that person. Like, just don't. Like, that's ungood. Right. Don't be that person, because it's sad when you are in a relationship with somebody. You talk about how much you love them, then you break up with them, and then all of a sudden you're like, I don't want anybody else to have you. Yeah, actually, that's the whole Portia situation I was talking to you about.
Yeah, it's like then they get to start talking about what she said something about he likes butt play, and you know then they get to talk about the penis. It gets really messy, and it's really sad. Because at the end of the day, they're they were somebody that you love. That's what I think about. I'm for me. My nose ain't 100% clean, and I'll never say it was, right? Because I did my fair share talking to my girlfriends and all that stuff. I never did anything like legally to try to attack, but I had, y'all don't even want to know. But so I'm not saying that like I was totally innocent, but I will say it's like, for me, I thought, again, this is somebody that I loved at one time and that I was with for a long time. So obviously there were some qualities about this person that I thought were great. And I still could I still have my moments. I'll admit I still have my moments where I think, where I go back and even recently, I was washing clothes, right? No, I went to the laundry room and my son's clothes was in there. My youngest son's clothes was in there, and the laundry room smelled like pee. And not his clothes, his sheets. So I assumed that my son is wetting the bed. Now this boy is 6'1", 6'2", like 17 years old. It's the kitty litter that smells like pee. But I thought it was his sheets. So in my mind, I automatically go back to, oh my God, my son's wetting the bed. And oh my God, well, what if I would have just stayed with his dad? This is what I'm thinking. I know I wasn't happy, but if I would have just sacrificed myself, and they would have been happy. And now my kids have told me on numerous occasions, like, Mom, why did you say so long? Right? But I was, in my mind, I'm thinking, well, at least him and the two younger ones would have been better off. I'm thinking this in my mind, right? So then I tell my daughter, and my daughter was like, Mama, are you crazy? I gotta slap you back into reality, because I'm not thinking about myself though. I'm thinking about my children. And then you do have good times that you kind of, you'll kind of go to, because we had some great moments. We had.
They didn't. They were all in your head. I just want to make sure that I point out loud to everybody, she was smelling the kitty litter. It was not my nephew's sheets.
I thought it was.
Okay. My nephew does not wet the bed. It was the sheet. I mean, it was the kitty litter. Litter.
So in my mind, I start beating myself up, thinking, all this stuff. And my daughter had to bring me. She's like, Mom, look at you. Let me tell you. She said, Mom, you was looking like an evangelist back then.
Yo, okay, I'm sorry. I'm putting Constance out there. Constance, do you have any old pictures of yourself?
No.
Yo, I'm so grateful that she broke up with this man. Because, and here's the thing. She's like, yeah, he gets all my clothes and he goes shopping for me. I'm like, okay, Constance.
Woo! So am I married now? No. And I'm single and I'm not dating. I'm actually really, really single. For real. And it's so funny because somebody yesterday, so I'm going to tell the story about what somebody said to me yesterday. So I was calling everybody who had these area codes in this area, 301, 240, or 202. If you had the number 301, 202, or 240, I called you on Sunday to ask if you had a contractor. So I don't know. I'm not going to say it because it's a couple of them that said so. So somebody, anyway, never mind. I was going to talk about your friend. But anyway, somebody said, everybody has somebody, right? Because I was like, they was giving me a hard time of why I'd never call them. And I was like, anyway, ain't you married or something? Whatever. I wasn't even giving it much thought. And then, so I said, he was like, oh, you don't want to call me for that, whatever. So anyway, he says to me, I said, so do you have somebody? I'm talking about contractor. And he goes, everybody has somebody. But I wasn't talking about a significant other. So I said, no, I'm talking about a contractor, but I actually don't have anybody, but I was talking about a contractor. So I thought that was funny because everybody doesn't have somebody. So to his question, answer his question, I'm very single and I have no one. What's that about, April?
No, I was just trying to make sure that I stay rich.
I need a real man to help me move on. No, I've moved on. It's not even about, it was for me, it was about the family aspect. It was the family. It was all the things that came along with the family. So it wasn't, it was everything.
Constance
it was
in love with her children. I'm gonna put it right out there. Constance is 100%
sacrifice for my kids.
in love with her kids and is willing to do anything for those children, which I think is amazing. It anchors me to my core that she is willing or was willing to stay with someone who's not benefiting the children or her. I'm like, this man is not adding value to your children. This man is not adding value to you. This man is not it. Okay, so you can, just like whoever that was said, you can let him stay right over there with Big Bag.
Somebody said evangelist is a roast from hell.
It was. I love it. Oh, I love Kyle. I love Jesus. Okay.
I'm not, listen, Tyler, thank you. I appreciate it. But my value is not placed on whether I have somebody or not. I mean, it's not a hard thing to have anybody. It's just not anybody that I'm interested in. That's all. That's all.
So
and look who showed up.
Hey, Vaughn. That's my homie right there.
Mm-hmm.
That's my homie right there.
Mm-hmm.
So I wanted to put this out there real quick, like, and that have you all? Can anybody on here let me know if you purchased your tickets already for the event on the 5th? Anyone? Can you put that link on there, please? Anyone? Anyone? Bueller? Anybody in the DMV planning on coming?
Anita said she's coming.
Say it again.
Anita said she's coming.
Okay, so we got Anita in the building. Anybody else? Anyone else? Hallelujah. Is there more? Is there more?
Anybody in the DMV?
Anyone? I don't care. You don't have to be in the DMV.
Oh yeah. People are flying. Actually, people are flying in from all over the country to be.
If you have a car, if you have access to Delta, American Airlines, you can also take Frontier as well as the Spirit.
Mm-hmm.
They all are in the DMV. What were you about to say?
This is not only open to women. This is men too. So there will be men in the building. Von Vito is going to be there, aren't you, Von Vito? At least he's going to buy some tickets for his people.
Yeah, nice haircut. Look at it. Okay.
I know. That's what I said. I said, okay, haircut. Are you kidding? They falling out the sky. What are falling out the sky? I will tell you this though, divorce financially, let's talk about the financial part of divorce, because it can actually ruin your finances. I mean, I'm grateful that, I was able to, I had some, multiple revenue streams, but I did lose a lot of money. But for you, April yes. Being happily married, had you thought about what happens if, like, because you are on the verge of the blowout?
Last year. Divorce, on the verge of divorce last year. And I don't think that'll actually happen again, because Lord Jesus, first of all, men approach me now and I'm like, I can't deal with this shit. I can't. Let's start there. But more than that, I realized that I love my husband more than I would want a divorce. Right? Like, my husband's a good man. And we just have like stupid, idiotic bickerings that happen that turn into something big. And we actually let it grow legs in our heads versus it being real life. So, yeah, I think that as it relates to marriage, what a lot of people want is a microwave life. They want everything to just be handed to them. They want all the bullshit, all the fake shit, as opposed to actually wanting what's real. So I'm like, I'm accepting my husband for every single thing that he is. And he accepts me for everything that I am, because I know I'm a lot to deal with. Let me just put my business out there. I'm a lot to deal with. And he accepts me. So
yeah. So as your star rises though, have you had conversations? Because I think it is. Have you thought about like what happens, like, you with money, or, protecting your brand, your bag, like all of these things are real possibilities.
Yeah, you mean, have he and I had a conversation?
Yeah, like marriage, because I think that one thing that, love is great. It's all the things that it should be, but sometimes love doesn't last. And so have you thought about like, okay, what if I blow up? Because like, remember Mary J. Blige's husband? I mean, I had to give a big payout in my divorce. So like Mary J. Blige's husband, he was getting money for years, and she had to pay him child support for children that weren't even hers. So like, have you thought about that?
No, I mean, and maybe I should, and I'm not going to sit here and be and sound ignorant, even though I guess that does sound pretty ignorant. No, I haven't. And I think that last year made it so that I didn't move forward in those thoughts because of how much we went through. And I'm like, damn, if we can get through this, we can get through just about anything. You know what I mean? Like, I try now more so than ever to keep the mentality of my grandparents. My grandparents were together until they died.
He said, what happened last year?
I almost got a divorce. That's pretty much all I'm giving you. So I know you're going to keep asking, and I love that about you, sweet potato. But I'm going to go with that's my final answer.
He said you are speaking very figuratively.
Am.
No, listen, I'm not trying to put any thoughts in her mind. She's happily married and they're building together. Can we just praise her and her partner and study them as an example? I am not, I promise you, I'm not trying to put anything in her
No,
head.
she's not. She's not.
But I believe that you can be madly in love and still kind of have a plan.
So I will say this.
Plans for.
Let me make this. Let me put it out there like this. So this is what let me know, and this hopefully, if any of you are married or thinking about marriage, think about your longest relationship. Okay, my longest relationship started now, and I'm not talking about my brother, my sister, my cousins. I'm talking about my longest relationship started when I was 5 years old with my best friend. I met my best friend in kindergarten. We were 5. We had been through the ups and downs. We actually went through a divorce, right? We completely broke up. We were so angry at each other. And then we realized that we were more important, or our relationship together was more important than what we were frustrated about. So we sat down, we talked about it. And that's what lets me know when it comes to marriage, if you can last in a friendship with somebody who, you know, they're going to go on, they're going to start their own relationship with somebody else, and you still have that bond, then you can actually create that bond with somebody who you live with, who sees all of your pain, who sees all of your, I don't know, the good and the bad. If they can see all of those things and see all of your disgust, and here's the funny thing, I came home last night, underarms and all, I'm like, babe.
No, but you know, but the thing about it though is, so that's you, but the other person can change their mind.
And that's true. And that's why I'm saying that's the ignorant side of me. That could be very ignorant on my part. So have I thought about it? No. I did. I did last year. You know what I mean? But like after that, I'm like, damn, if we can get through this, we can get through anything.
And let me just tell you guys, she has an amazing husband.
I do. He's amazing. I just love him.
I always tell her, I want to give me a Keegan. So it's not, I'm not even trying to put nothing in her head or anything like that. I think he's amazing. I love him. I love her more. And I just know, just because of what I've seen in life, you know, at one point, I never thought that I would be in a place where I was single. I used to be like, oh, I pity y'all single people. I don't know how y'all do it. Now being single is the best thing ever. Like, I love it. I love the freedom of being single. I don't want to be tied down to nobody. But
I would add that. Actually, that's a good point, right? You started off married.
Yeah, I came into this life married.
And right, you've been married longer than you've been alive. Like,
yes, exactly, basically.
I started off very single. I never wanted to get married. So it's like for somebody to, and it's not even swept me off my feet. He didn't sweep me off my feet, but he changed my perspective of what I think a marriage looks like. I've never seen a healthy marriage in my life. Like, I mean, my grandparents, right? But I wasn't there throughout their marriage. So I can say my grandparents, my aunt and uncle, actually, 2 of my aunts and uncles still married. And one of my uncles passed. But when I look at them, I'm like, this is what a marriage should look like. This is success. This is greatness. And I promise you, it was not always beautiful.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so I'm like, that's what I want. I want something that's not always going to be beautiful.
Yeah.
But I also don't want somebody who's like, well, I just want you for your money, or I just want you for your talent. Like, my husband never looked at me like that. In fact, I think that was the beauty of our relationship is when we first met, he didn't know that I was an entertainer. I told him and he didn't believe me. He looked at it like, yeah, whatever. Yeah, I agree with that. He was like, yeah, okay, whatever. And we went to this restaurant and somebody like ran up on me like, oh my God, I've been to all your shows. And he was so angry about it. Like, we're sitting here eating. That was so rude. And he was like, why didn't you say anything to them? I'm like, what am I going to say? He said,
they're
you
fans.
should stop them. He said, no, he's like, you should stop them. You should tell them we're having dinner. And I'm like, that's not how this works. And he goes, that's how it should work. And you need to have that conversation. Now he understands. And now he's like, I'm sorry for even trying to get you to change that part of you. Like, you don't necessarily just belong to me as it relates to he's like, you are with me as it relates to being my wife, but I also have to understand that you're an entertainer, so there's a piece of you that belongs to everybody else who you know, the people that you touch.
Yeah.
And so he respects that.
I tell you what though, it's a great place to be in where your man allows you to shine, because one thing you never want is to be with anybody that makes you dim your light, where you feel how you have to, you have to shrink in order to be with them. And I could say this about my ex: I never had to feel like I had to shrink. He'd be like, "Do your thing, sis." Like we would go someplace and he'd be like, "Hey, this is so it's good to have a partner that isn't worried about that, or was not going to get mad at you afterwards, like be fussing, because when you're the main character, as you are, April, it's hard to be a role player when you have a main character, especially if you're used to being the main character, or you're used to being just kind of the person in the background. You don't want to be bothered with all that stuff, so you need somebody who knows how to be the supporting cast. And so it's good that that he respects that, because everything that you are, you're big, you're huge, you're a star.
Sometimes that little piece will frustrate him. That I am over. No, what do I call myself? Extra. I'm like, I'm not just extra. I'm
extra.
And he gets that, and he's like, I can't stand it sometimes, but it is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
So
I know you got to go, but listen, love is beautiful. But without love without a plan can be expensive. So whether you are in fairy tale or in court, you need to protect your name. You need to protect your business. You need to protect your babies if you have them, and you need to protect your bag.
Wait, oh my gosh. Can't they do that through one of your books that you have? I can tell you one. No, you have one about trusts.
Oh, yes. I have an ebook. If you need to develop your living trust, you can do it yourself. I give you the prompts on ChatGPT. Thank you, April.
My pleasure.
ChatGPT, go to makemylivingtrust.com. Go to makemylivingtrust.com. $20. Show you how to get your living trust in order. Only $20.
And just to let you know that the average trust starts, if you're going to get a good trust done by a good attorney, they start at $3,000. They start.
My girlfriend called me the other day, was like, hey, I just came from an attorney, blah, blah, blah. And she said this and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, girl, here, boom, done. $3,000 just saved. Bam.
Right. You're welcome. Now you can pay me the $3,000.
Yeah. Just go on and give me lunch. Give me fix me a chicken dinner, some, French fries or something.
We'll pay this $20.
Yeah, go pay this $20. Yeah.
Last thing I want to put out there real quick. Make sure you all are subscribing, because Constance is now starting to put out there some new content, and it's separate from what you all are seeing on a regular basis. So make sure that you go ahead and subscribe. And are you frozen? Okay.
No, thank you. No. I appreciate it. So like go to I Am Constance Carter on my Facebook page. I'm doing some behind the scene content. I got this little camera over here. Look, I'm recording it all. Boom, boom, boom. April. Bam! Boom, boom, boom. So I already did some behind the scenes stuff, me getting ready, and me talking to April before we got on the show, all that stuff. Like
naked. Y'all, she's doing naked videos.
I mean, $10 a month. You might get a little show.
You have to get a nip slip.
And then also I'm putting long form content. So I'm putting content in there that I'm not putting out for everybody else. This is in my private subscription group now that I know that I got one and people want to see what it is that I have. I'm like, well, what do I give them? And April said, got to give the people what they want. So she told me what to give the people. So I'm giving the people what they want. April.
Yes, ma'am.
They said drop your socials.
Actually, right there. You can go to April Sampay and April Foster Property. Yeah. That's April Sampay or April Foster Properties. Make sure you follow me. But hopefully I will see you all at the, go ahead.
I was going to say, tell them again where you're going to be this next week.
Y'all, on the 5th. On the 5th. Make sure you all come. Put it up there, Constance.
Hold on. Wait. Go ahead. Tell it.
Get financially lit mixer.
Mm-hmm.
And I wasn't going to say mixer, but since you put it up there, y'all make sure you come. It's at Club Focus. How much is it, Constance? $150?
$20. Now,
What?
there's
Only
nowhere.
$20.
There is nowhere you can see April Sampe for $20. I'm gonna let you know.
That's actually very true.
Yeah, her whole band is going to be playing. April's going to be performing. I'll be hosting. April, can you teach me how to host?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to be a good hostess, but it's going to be all the things financial. You're going to get some nuggets. We're going to have some special guests there. So it's going to be an awesome and spectacular mixer. So hopefully you guys can be there. So make sure that you guys are there. And then so that's on the 5th. And then on the 1st, April's going to be in Baltimore. Mm-hmm.
And that is going to be a wine on the water. Let me tell you all, every year we're doing it twice a year. Okay. When I tell you wine on the water is always a good time. It's always a party.
I had all the ladies trying to talk to me.
That was one of them. I don't know what happened, but it was just that particular one because it's always a funky.
No, it was a good time. I just
I don't know, you're gonna have a good time no matter what.
Attracting a lot of women that day.
So that's that one, and then on the 8th,
Capital Jazz.
We're going to be doing the Capital Jazz Festival. I will be with Miles Long and Malcolm Jamal Warner. It's going to be great. And I do have to put my guys out there. Then Be More Cats. Also, AKA The Leftovers. I will be with them on the 5th. I promise you, it'll be a funky good time.
Okay, cool. April's also part of the Net 7 Collective, which we actually have a meeting tonight. So if you are a Black woman or you know a Black woman, Tyler was talking about that in the beginning. If you are a Black woman or you know a Black woman, yes, he said there's nothing for men. I'm a Black woman, but there are things for men. Other people do things for men. I can't do everything.
There are great things for men. The women who are part of the Net 7 are for the men.
Oh,
I'm just saying, if you look at it from that perspective,
yeah,
you all have the heads, we're the backbone. So
yes. So we're getting our life together for you, for the family, for the community, for the legacy. That's what we do. So if you are a Black woman or you know a Black woman all over the country, guess what? We have the Net 7 Collective. Is where I coach Black women to their greatness, to reach their 7-figure net worth. We're training, we're teaching, we're coaching, we're mentoring. And April actually runs our study hall where she is facilitating. April is absolutely amazing. She does every other Mondays. I do every Wednesdays. It is a beautiful, beautiful environment. And these women are leaps and bounds. In fact, you're going to be here tomorrow too, April, because you said Dr. Jones is going to be here.
Dr. Jones, y'all make sure y'all join tomorrow because you're going to learn.
They loved it last week. Dr. Jones was on here last week and they was like going crazy,
that woman right there. That woman right there.
She saved some lives. So if you don't if you need a full body assessment, because April got one, I paid for mine. Go to askdrj.info, and she is going to be able to give you. What did she do?
So she will go all the way through your blood work, line by line, and explain everything to you. And then she'll also give you some
recommendations.
Yeah, I was going to say tricks and tips on how you can better your life and your health. Mm-hmm. It is probably it's the best experience I've ever had with a doctor.
That's what everybody's saying.
It really is.
Dr. Jones. So Dr. Jones is a part of our community, the Net 7 Collective. She also comes on here and talks to us on Thursday about health. Like, we're going to get our health together. So last week, her and LaTanya came on here, girl.
I bet it was amazing. I bet it was. LaTanya was talking about how to make sure you get your blood, your
diabetes to whatever.
Let me tell you, I don't even have time to tell y'all, but I will say this. If for you beautiful ladies who want to join, the reason why it's such an impactful just experience, right? So let's not even talk about the fact that Constance is our leader. So let's not even talk about the fact that Constance is our leader. Constance gives us so many nuggets every day. She drops gems like gems can't be dropped, okay? But take it one step further. She creates a network that is beyond anything that you've ever experienced. We have everything in this group that we need in order to become whoever it is that we want to become. You want to be a millionaire? It's done because you have your network that is just constantly creating and building your network.
That network is amazing.
It's
You want to be
amazing.
around women who are doing a damn thing. It's definitely the place to be. So go to net7bbs.com if you want to talk about being a part of the group. April, I know you got to go. I know you're running late to your thing. You can go ahead and go, but you know what I got to do, like I always do. 'Cause you know
I love y'all. I'm not lying. Not this time. Be beautiful. Be blessed. Just be at the Financially Lit. Thank you.
all right.
Love a man who call it good addiction. It turn me on when they run me like a ninja. Nothing make me wanna